After looking at truth, we turned our attention to the notion of trust. Specifically, we asked, what do we trust enough to act on it? The carnal identity person, because of their orientation and focus on the physical realm, prefers to trust and act on physically observable evidence. Whereas the person with a spiritual identity, because of their orientation and focus on the supernatural, would prefer to trust and act on the unseen evidence of faith. Again, we saw these contrasting positions each had some follow-on corollaries. For the carnally minded person, there is a tendency to de-emphasize the importance of gnosis knowledge and a preference to trust Edo knowledge. There is a tendency for the carnal mind to ignore the fact that it is gnosis knowledge that guides how inferences are made, and gnosis knowledge determines which observable evidence to trust. And in contrast to this perspective, the spiritually minded person tends to emphasize the importance of gnosis, or revealed knowledge, over Edo knowledge. In the same way, the carnally minded person tends to see faith as a weakness, and the spiritually minded person tends to see faith as indispensable because of an understanding that gnosis knowledge determines what to do with any Edo knowledge we collect, and because of a conviction that truth is absolute and not relative, and because of a basic mistrust in oneself because of unavoidable biases in perception. All this produces an overriding conviction in a spiritually minded person that he or she is focused on making sure they have placed their trust in a trustworthy, unbiased authority. All of this results in a carnally minded person tending to make decisions that are practical, meaning that they are expedient in the short term. And in contrast, the spiritually minded person tends to make principled decisions because of a belief that they are better in the long run for all involved. So now let me ask you how you prefer to think about the best way for you to determine what you will trust enough to act on it.